When I look at the guys that are in there, my numbers was better than 16 of the guys that was already currently in the Hall of Fame.
And they hand off to Taylor, looking for room over the left. Finds a holy spring. Look at him go. Break a tackle. He's on the run at the 50. Gets a block. He's gone. 40, 30. Fred to the 25 and the 20. To the outside 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Fred Taylor on the first play of the game.
Look at all these other guys they're trying to put in the Hall of Fame that somehow make it to the finalist room.
Bye-bye. Brock Marion chasing. Brock Marion still chasing. Gets help from Smith. Touchdown. No flags. A 90-yard run.
These the same dudes that I murked every Sunday.
Now more Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Gotta love Freddie T. We all do. Arguably the best to ever put on a Jaguar uniform. I would wager, Tony, the most popular to ever put on a Jaguar uniform, right?
Oh, no doubt.
Apologies to all the greats, and they know who they are. Fred Taylor generally tops the list when we have these kind of discussions, and we're lucky enough to work with him the last several years on Jaguar Game Day broadcasts, and Freddie T joins us on Jaguars Today this morning. Fred Taylor, how are you, sir?
Hey, good morning, guys. I'm great, man. I'm great. How are you guys?
We're excellent.
All good, man.
I'm looking back. How many, other than Donovan Darius, how many guys from your Jaguar draft class do you think you could name? There were 11 guys. Because, man, it wasn't exactly the who's who of Jaguar greats after that, but I think the first round made up for it, Fred.
Yeah, man. First, I want to apologize by that disgruntled guy on the opening. He sounded like he was pissed about something. I don't know that guy, so I did digress on anything he said, and I don't claim any of that. But
All right.
That's my favorite Fred Taylor moment right there.
I know, right? Hey, my guy. But to answer your question, I believe it was myself, Donovan Darius, obviously, Cordell Taylor, Jonathan Quinn. I remember LeManzer Williams. Come on.
Got another running back, Freddie.
Wait. Yeah, Tavian Banks. I was going to go to Tavian. But John, my guy, Big Wade.
Yep.
My guy, Big Wade. I think I draw a blank after that.
You had Kevin McLeod,
Kevin McLeod,
who played in 8 games. He was drafted in the 6th round. You had Harry Delajanis, who never played a game in the league.
Yeah, I remember Big Harry.
Right?
He was awesome. He was a good guy.
You had Alvis Whitted in the 7th round, and you had Brandon Tolbert, who also never played a game. But
I don't know why
by
I'm
the way,
tripping on Whitted.
Donovan's in studio with us. He was on with us this morning. So he's here right now. Say hello to your teammate there,
Freddie T. What's up, man? What's up, Freddie T?
Double, man. I love you, man. All is good.
So, Fred, man, you've become a little bit of an internet troll, haven't you now? In your wise old age. For folks,
Hey, listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I guess you can call it that. I am getting used to this media space. But guess where it derived from? Guess where it all started? How about that? Let's start where it all started. Let's go to the root of the problem. It started with Dan Edwards, actually. I love Dan. Some years ago, Dan said, just be yourself. It was a rookie Fred T. He said, just be yourself. Fast forward to after I retired, I got a call. Hey, we got this thing for Jaguars Entertainment on game day. Would you consider? I said, I don't know, Dan. I'm not ready for all of that stuff. He's like, you're just having conversations about sports. You know sports. You played it your whole life. You've been in the NFL 13 years. You know sports. Give it a try. Think about it. I said, all right. So once again, it was Dan Edwards who said, Fred, go for it. So he got me into radio with yourself, JP, from there, man, things just kind of grew its own legs. And, I got a call over the pandemic about doing a podcast. I was like, yeah, cool. I'll get out the house. Let's do it. And then that kind of went south with the original crew. But then now we had to pivot, and that's what I'm rocking with now, the pivot with Ryan Clark and Channing Crowder, who are just simply amazing human beings first. and they are great at what they do with radio and sports and just life. So yeah, I'm not the huge internet troll. I'm barely on Twitter, but they say you need to tweet more, Freddie T. So perfect storm brewed yesterday, where someone posted a picture of a Dolphins logo and said, "What comes to mind? What player comes to mind when you see this logo?" And quite frankly, I do. I come to mind first before any Dolphin player, because all I can see is that Dolphin game in the playoffs, as well as my rookie year on that Monday night game. And I just had some great games against them. But yeah, I'm learning how to be a better troll. Let's just say that, Mike.
I think you did a great job yesterday. I'll say that.
It's pretty spectacular. A two-part question here for you, Fred. Talking about that 90-yard run against the Dolphins and obviously your premiere there on Monday Night Football. But looking back, what is your favorite play from your Jaguars career that you made, and what is your favorite play from a teammate that you were there to witness?
Okay, I got you on here. All right, so I got several, man. But my favorite play, I like to go back to my rookie year again against the Tampa Bay Bucks. My favorite game as well, by the way. My childhood best friend, Riedel Anthony, was on the other team. I talked trash to Warren Sapp before the game. And from that defense, they had several Pro Bowlers. Lynch, Sapp himself, Derek Brooks. And I believe Simeon Rice was probably on the team at that point in time, I think. But they had a lot of Hardy Nickerson was over there. They had a lot of great players. And at the end of the game, Coach called a 36-0 out of the shotgun formation just to run the clock down to 2 minutes, Coach Coughlin. And Tony Baselli pulled to the right. Tony did his job, kicked his guy out. I cut up behind Tony, cut back to the left towards Tampa sideline. 71 yards later, perfect number, right? Go Bo. And it ended up being a game-winning touchdown. So that's my favorite run in my career. Favorite play from a teammate, obviously, he's in the studio with you. I remember being in Green Bay, and Double D just pretty much took the soul from one of the Green Bay receivers. And Double is also the reason, I believe, not solely, but one of the main reasons why the NFL changed a lot of rules about knocking out receivers. Because, man, he lit that dude up, much like he lit up Jerome Bettis when we were rookies. He knocked JB out of the game. And a few other plays. But, man, I love all of my teammates. I can see Jimmy Smith just brutalizing Ty Law on the sideline there. Aaron Glenn, Jimmy doing some dangerous things to Aaron Glenn. Just a lot of guys, man, a lot of great plays, a lot of great memories.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Fred, Donovan said many times he couldn't afford to play today.
No.
They take too much money from him, man.
Listen, Freddie T, I always told him, man, like my first time meeting you and going against you was when we were playing the Senior Bowl, man. And you caught a toss play. And I heard everything about you. I was like, I'm gonna hit this cat straight in his mouth. But you was so fast, bro. I couldn't get a clean shot on you. But I always said, man, you was one of those guys, one of those backs, especially being a teammate, that I would not necessarily want to go against because you were fast, you were big, so you was agile. You always talked about the story where you putting moves on the lines and the cracks on the sidewalk. Growing up, man. Like I said, you was just a full specimen, brother. And like I said, I respect you to the utmost.
I love you too, man. You remember that story, man, from my childhood, and that's a true story. I always be able to tell that story, man. Those moments obviously were special moments, and vice versa. I wouldn't want to play against. Actually, I would want to play against you just to, you want the best of the best,
right?
And I do consider you that way. Now, I wouldn't want to be hit by you, but playing against you for sure. But yeah, those were all just special moments, man, that made us, as some of the best players to put on those Jaguars uniforms.
Hey, Fred T, I was telling the guys about, before social media was out there and before reality TV, man, I actually got some video, and I was about to show Mike and them when You know,
got
I was
a
on the
lot of
sideline.
videos.
When I was on the sideline, man, with Coach Coughlin, man, the rookie show, Mango on the plane, man. I mean, like you name it, man. One time I came out on the sideline and I wasn't playing the fourth preseason game, and I'm interviewing you on the sideline. You like, Double D, you got the camera on the sideline? I was like, hey, man. But I still got all that video now, brother. I mean, still, all those guys, man, it's hilarious.
So, fellas, and anybody that's listening to this, I mean, if you can say somebody that was a visionary, someone who we're in a huge media storm, right? Everything is information, data, and content. That's just the world we live in, right? And Donovan, he would walk around with these shoulder-sized camcorders. That's what they called them back in the day, right? And this is 1998. And he had these cameras everywhere you turn, and he peed off a lot of teammates. Like, come on, man, put the camera down. You got to record everything. Man. And he recorded everything on the bus, in the locker room, on the sidelines. Yep. And I remember vividly telling Doug, man, you got the camera on the sideline?
Yeah, right.
And I thought Coughlin would fine him for it.
Yeah.
But, man, I wish now, looking back at it, I wish I was Donovan doing the same exact thing.
What I'm going to try to do is we were talking about, I'm going to try to digitize it, man, and make it available somehow to our alumni guys, man, just to kind of go in, through a server, a server library or whatever, man, just to access, just to watch and just to have fun, thinking about all that.
That would be sweet, man.
Yes, sir.
Fred, for the last couple of weeks, we've talked to Donovan about how film study through the week helped them narrow down based on opponents' tendencies, what may be happening on a play-to-play basis. How does the film study you do through the week show up for you as a running back on game day?
It's huge. I mean, for me, it's huge. I watch film. This is why I watch film, Tony. and don't laugh at me. I watched film and took notes so I can stay awake. Right? Mm-hmm. Early on in my career, because Coach Coughlin would wear us out. So that's how it initially started. Because as a running back, I don't have to have as many tendencies as the defensive guys. Like, we pretty much know where they're going to be for the most part. Just basic defenses. As opposed to, from a defensive player standpoint, as Donovan said, you have different sets, motions, people are in different places. A lot of moving pieces when you have to study and break down an offense. But from a defensive standpoint, it's single high, two high. You only X amount of coverages that they can give you from each look. The thing that you have to key on is blitz pickup. So later in my career, I started to understand tendencies. For example, soon-to-be Hall of Famer Zach Thomas. If Zach has his hands on his knees, Zach was blitzing 100%. And I told Zach that after a game because I enjoyed playing against him, and he's a friend. And I say, Zach, when you're doing all of this choppy footwork stuff, that you're not blitzing. You're just faking. But when you're just settled like you're sneaking into a club with your hands just on your hips or knees, you're blitzing 100%. So you pick up on little tendencies. Then as my video studies evolve, throughout my career, I can see clearly who's blitzing before they even start rocking the safeties. You can identify coverages by the hash marks, by the cornerbacks, what they're doing, whether they're, open or closed. You can look at the defensive linemen. You can kind of see their, the weight of, if their shoulders are more forward or back. You can tell if they're going to run stunts or games, or if they're going to, if they're just going to just bull rush the offensive lineman, what type of chip help that I would need to do to help those guys. So you study and you pick up these tendencies, but more importantly, understanding the situational aspect of it all. When you understand situations, then it'll pretty much tell you what those teams' tendencies are and what they're willing to do on the very next snap.
The great Fred Taylor here with us for a few more minutes. Fred, I want you to know, because we've been doing, in the offseason, we do a lot of questions. We do one every day on the show and a variety of topics. Sometimes we go back old school and, recently we asked, who are your 3 favorite players in franchise history? We also did one, who are the 3 most explosive players in franchise history? I would say you got about 98% of each of the votes. I'm not kidding. Maybe 95 on the favorite. You know, a lot of people like a lot of guys, but you were on all the lists, and you are beloved among the Jaguar fan base. I know you feel that. So give them a reason to feel good if you have one, Fred. What are your expectations for this combination of Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence and where they can take this team this year?
You know, my expectations are always high begin every season. Simply because, one, I'm a Jaguar lifer. I'm always optimistic. You know, I'm always hoping that they're going to be better than the prior season. And I'll always be that way even when they win a Super Bowl. I'll be that way simply because that's how we all should be if we love the team, right? And to answer your question, Coach Peterson, you know, he's had tremendous success in this business. He's the Super Bowl winning coach. The only other coach, I believe, that's been a Super Bowl winning coach that we've had in franchise history is the one we let go, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you're right.
Coach Kaufman. So with that alone, it excites me. I know he's an offensive-minded guru, and he's going to be able to put a young quarterback in Trevor Lawrence, who, thank God, wasn't damaged his rookie year. He will be able to give him his confidence back and put him in great situations. You know, last year he was running for his life in so many different situations. So I'm looking forward to that. He has some guys around him that are capable of making plays and getting the job done, hopefully winning their one-on-one matchups and allowing Trevor to, you know, show why we drafted him number one overall, because he has great accuracy and velocity on his ball, on his throws, and, you know, I do look forward to just seeing this revamped team because they did make a lot of moves. I think they drafted well, so I'm looking forward to seeing the young guys come and, you know, develop and do the best that they can as the roster gets better. I got a DM this morning from Josh Allen, who said that he wants to connect soon. Maybe pick my brain. I say this is long overdue. You know, let's make that happen. So I'm interested in that phone call because here it is, a young guy that wants to be great. He wants the team to be great. And the pandemic is over. I wasn't able to be in the building a whole lot due to the guidelines of the NFL, but I plan on spending more time with the players simply just to have conversations, just try to inspire them to go out and be the best pros in person that they could be. But I think the team will be, obviously, they better be much better than they were a year ago in the last 2 years. But I'm excited. I told someone I see us winning at least, this is my prediction, at least 9 games, And then from there, sky's the limit. But I'm always optimistic like that, too.
Fred, Mike Hollis is still playing pro football. So
I saw that.
When can we expect to see Fred Taylor in the pads again?
When let's see, man. I saw Mike. Kudos to Mike. He just turned 50 just a few weeks ago. So when I saw it, I was like, whoa, shout out to the 50-year-old club, I guess. But I don't know, man. You're never going to see me playing pro football again, ever. These hamstrings, I tried and sprint a few weeks ago. I can't do it. I just can't do it. These hamstrings won't let me. I'm in a safe place, you know, behind a microphone there on the pivot. I get to talk the game, get to talk to a lot of young guys, a lot of amazing people, and I think that's safe. I'm in a safe space.
All right. Well, we like you there. Wherever you want to be, as long as it's anywhere associated with Jaguar football, that's where all the fans want to see and hear from you, Freddie T. Beloved. What you should do, if you have the time today, we did a thread where we just asked people, and you're tagged in it, where, you know, what is your favorite moment or memory from Fred Taylor? And there are so many good ones. Did you have one you wanted to share, E?
Oh, well, my favorite Fred Taylor moment is that what you said on the I Am Athlete podcast, because you unhumbled yourself, and that's what you should do, King. Unhumble yourself and tell them you belong in the Hall of Fame. But my question for you, Fred, is what current running back reminds you of yourself back when you were playing?
Oh boy, I can always go back to a guy that I love watching, and I pray and hope that he can find his health and just have healthy seasons going forward. But I enjoy watching Saquon Barkley run the ball. Just his jump cut, his hips, how dynamic he is out of the backfield. He can run you over. He can take it a distance. He catches the ball well, has amazing vision. He doesn't back down or shy away from contact, but he's smart enough to know that if he has to step out, he will step out. And I've spoken to Saquon, about how to create that longevity for yourself. You don't have to run everybody over every single play, but punish them to let them know that you do have that element to your game. But Saquon is a guy that I think when I look at now, I'll look at it and say, man, he reminds me of me more than anyone else. Although I am a fan of several other runners, Alvin Kamara. I like Christian, C-Mac. There Jonathan Taylor, obviously. He has 28 and he has the tail on his back. He's just had an amazing year a year ago. But a lot of guys out there, and they're getting it done, and they're doing it the right way.
All right, well, a guy who does it the right way and continues to do great things, including the Pivot podcast with Channing Crowder and Ryan Clark. Our man, Fred Taylor, of course, you already know you can find him on Twitter at Fred TaylorMade. Can't wait to see you again for Jaguar football 2022, Fred, and let's just hope we get better results. And as I say goodbye, as we say goodbye today, we'll say goodbye to future Pro Football Hall of Famer Fred Taylor. I don't think any of us have any doubt that that's coming. It can't come soon enough, but I know you'll enjoy celebrating with your teammate Tony Baselli up in Canton this year.
Oh, sure thing. And you just reminded me, thank God, I got to return my invite stuff. I've been so busy, man, but I appreciate you guys having me on. I look forward to being up there chopping it up with you guys soon.
All right, buddy. Send that RSVP, and I think you could probably show up on the day of and still be okay. It's my guess. Fred, all the best, man. Until the next time. Thank you.
All right, guys. Be good.
All right, there he goes. Fred Taylor getting a little time to interact with his teammate Donovan Darius, which reminded me of a great moment. One of my personal favorites with Fred. We'll tell you on the other side as we wrap things up. That's today's question of the day. Your favorite moment or memory with the great Fred Taylor, who just joined us here live on Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.